17 taking a look at our second game of the second series. Cloud9 facing off against Execration. Very important matchup for both of these teams. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by the wonderful man himself, Mr. Ben Merlini Woo.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going great. You know, we've been watching some good Dota. I think it was like the second ever Mega Creep comeback that I got a chance to check that out. And this game, of course, was not that in the last series. They didn't come back from the Mega Creeps. They got owned. But switching things up, they're going to take a Lich. Apparently, Elify is doing some different strategies this time around now that they're guaranteed first place. But we'll see if the old strats that they were showing before is going to be enough to carry them through in this next game with a Sand King puck opening from Execration. Again, they're getting what they want with the exception of the Nyx that was taken away.
AUI Doom. Greedy position 4 and a not so greedy position 5. That's a pretty good balance, I would say. Also, Doom has some slight slight armor issues, so Lich helps with that. Pretty good synergy in between these two.
Do you think there's any chance it ends up being an MSS Doom?
AUI usually plays it.
Okay.
So, the issue with Cloud9's lineup last game. Nyx destroyed pretty much any form of initiation that they had because he was really good with the carry. So, that's... Also, Terrorblade was not... I do not believe it was that. Also can be rectified in the draft. I don't think their play was that bad. Oh, the Lycan Wolves were also... But that's just more Bioware-centric, or we need to smoke more off. Either or.
Yeah, and they feel now as if they're in this awkward spot where, like, you needed... They're completely changing up their draft. They're switching up their styles. And sometimes that can be quite good, and, you know, give them the fortitude and a new way of looking at the game, but also Execration, they're not really being stopped in what they want to do. I'm assuming that Raging Potato still can have this puck here if he wants it. They can also run it in the mid lane. I'm trying to figure out, like, with the Lich Doom, is there anything you're trying to accomplish early? Do you, like, really put the hurt into mid lane, or maybe help out?
You don't know their lanes. It also limits the... Lich and Doom both limit the amounts. Doom owns a lot of heroes, and Lich Frost Armor also owns a lot. You have to ask your core operation what exactly they want. It could still be a Drow strat too. Drow strats maybe. Cloud9's team fight. Doom's not that great for strat. Lich is also... I don't know.
It obviously makes a puck offlane that much better as well. But Sand King, I don't know if I would say it's fallen off as much, more that other heroes have gotten good, while the position for Sand King can still be quite strong. Roaming around the map, you get like our Tranquil Boots and an extra Windlace on top of that if you want, and Burrow Strike, and you start making kills happen even before Blink.
We got 4.
Arc Warden also banned. I don't know if that's one of the heroes that hasn't been seen yet. I'm not sure. But it's been all over the NA pubs recently.
I'm pretty sure it's been picked.
Do you like Arc Warden as a hero?
Yes. I think he provides a lot. Provides split push, decent team fight, decent high ground. I think most importantly, scouting with ghosts in the early. Take out the Drow. Don't want to get pushed down. They banned out both pushers. Still Lycan, but Lycan's so-so. It's not poor, it's not great. I think the fuel carriers are pretty good. Weaver, perhaps. Weaver's really good versus Lich and the Fusel Carrier and Lincoln.
Keep up with it all. And I guess that the other thing about this is, since they've revealed their heroes this early, normally like an answer would be try and run something like a Chen to punish the fact that these heroes aren't great at like wave clearing, but Doom's quite good against Chen, so work as well. I don't know if there's anything else that you can really exploit with this, since they've already banned out the Drow. Taking a lot of reserve time here, Execration. I guess that's one of the downsides of having such a open draft, is that you can kind of go whatever way you want with it, but they're going to be taking the Witch Doctor, Mr. RR, I believe.
is quite unusual. Not that many teams pick Witch Dog. I don't even know how many.
10 seconds remaining.
I believe it's one of the most picked heroes for Fnatic, which isn't. I mean, they haven't been doing the best at the tournament, clearly. But in Southeast Asia in particular, it was all over the qualifiers for it.
Yeah, it doesn't combo well. I guess it's okay with the fun. Generally just viewed it support now.
Faceless Void now taken as well. So far?
Yeah, this possibly the night pick, but it's also just pretty good with the Lich overall. That's playing.
5 seconds remaining.
Feels like they're really trying to build up a lot of team fight here. They've got all heroes that are great at it. Likewise, if Execration find the jump and maybe able to get off a Waning Rift onto a Faceless Void or something like that, then all of a sudden your initiation kind of gets destroyed. And as far as in lane, how do you deal with like a puck off lane? Because last time around, I felt like the Shadow Shaman should have been able to be really good against it, but
They had a dual lane.
Yeah.
They had the Nyx there. So they expect the MSS. Ursa pretty good. He is not that great versus Doom. Doom can literally just run out to him and doom him. Can't do a damn thing about it.
10 seconds remaining.
So that's a problem. But good diffusal blade carrier. Good versus Void in lane.
Seconds remaining.
Pop your ulti before. Good. Just not very.
yeah, and like normally it sucks having to build like a BKB and an Ags on this hero, but having to think about like maybe building a Linken's, that sounds even worse. But they did pick it into this lineup, so I guess just wanting to hit that timing before Doom can get into initiation items.
Yeah, I would expect more something like a PL. PL, like these guys, that has problems with illusions. Doom also has problems. Might have been. They still could pick it as their last. Cloud9 probably wants. I guess he can probably pick something like. I like Death Prophet here. The long duration silence, very good for sinking and puck. Also synergizes with Faceless Void, some sort of team fight hero, because they did not have any team fight. Occasionally he would follow up. For the most part, he wasn't really doing that much in his team objectives and getting. Execration's teamwork was far. The Death Prophet will promote a lot of objective team fight. What other heroes?
Execrations turn to battle into your side.
Classic. Eternal Envy Medusa.
Or Fada.
I guess it could be Fada as well.
I think Fada played it. They did it mostly with Medusa. The one game that they won. First.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, and certainly, helps to ensure a little bit more of that late game as well. Stone Gaze against the Ursa seems like it'd be pretty annoying to deal with.
Yep.
Turn to battle.
Their overall lineup is very slow. You start heating up like 15, 20 minutes, and then even like 30 minutes, you're still heating up and warming up a little bit. Still in preheat mode. And then 35 plus, I would say.
10 seconds.
Fully baked.
Yummy, yummy. That up.
5 seconds.
Oh, there's always a consideration of the. Oh man, PL's even better now. Actually,
That's a good point.
Turn to pick.
some people say the Ags counters illusion heroes, but I still think PL is pretty good. Maybe could also be AM. I think AM's not that great.
I mean, that's the danger of taking the Medusa in the fourth pick, and certainly Ursa or Puck, they're mobile enough in terms of what lanes you can throw them in that can kind of be whatever Execration want this draft to be, and they will have the last pick. The last pick from Cloud9 comes out. It's going to be the Bat Rider. So, immediate. Anti-Mage.
Yeah, Anti-Mage is fine. I would have expected either Anti-Mage or PL. I'm very surprised that Cloud9 did ban out the... I would have banned out PL if I were Cloud9, because I think that they do need some big mana burner to deal with because their high ground's pretty good, right? Faceless Void plus Lich, it's really good. Frost arming the towers and hitting Chronos is huge, but yeah, I think Doom can do well. Though
A couple
dubious.
interesting picks here as well. Like look at who's playing what. You've got Envy on the Void, and it's going to be Raging Potato on the Ursa, which means James is the Puck. They do switch up their lanes on occasion so that it would be like James offlane Puck and like Raging Potato could play mid, but I'm not sure. Kind of an interesting look. Is there a way that you would like to see this lane from Execration? Do
you want the Puck versus the Dusa, so you
Okay.
can face shift all the snakes.
All right.
Or else most heroes just get pwned by the snake, and Puck's one of the few ones that actually does very, very well versus Puck. You have a lot of base damage, so you can outlast hit Medusa, and you have base shift to dodge every single snake. Snake is very slow projectile, super slow.
So does Lemic then head up top and help out Raging Potato and try and put the hurt to Envy?
Third dire.
Right. Oh wait, sorry, down bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mixed up.
Likely.
When will first blood happen? I am putting 0 to 3 minutes. This is going to be insanity. I'm
First
sure.
rush on kill or Sensi.
Yeah.
Place the first most observer rewards by game end. Magic or pure. Bat Rider or Puck?
We'll give it the Puck. Gotten all my predictions wrong so far, pretty much. So it's been easy. Raging Potato has himself a boot first startup. And Nando actually has a mid build for himself. So, safe lane James on the Puck, they are really switching things up a lot.
Wait, who's mid?
I think it's Anti-Mage.
Oh, Anti-Mage is fine versus Zeus.
Okay.
I forgot about that, man. I've seen it versus Storm, I believe. But it's also pretty decent versus who have a fair amount of base damage, a lot of armor, Poor Man's Shield to plink off her weak attacks, and you can burn out all her mana. It's to set up for kills. So we'll be what, offlane Ursa?
And we're actually seeing that it's a switch up now of the lanes where Eternal Envy is going to head up top with Pylai Die. They don't want to face off against the Ursa. It'd be the worst thing. Execration heading into the jungle. MSS playing it safe, realizing that they will be up there with him. And it will be a Bat Rider versus these 3 hero lanes, at least for the moment. Actually going to give the rune to Envy. And Battle of Bruin. Pylai Die taking damage, but so too is James. He'll be able to jump away.
Easy, no sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think Puck versus Faces Void is still pretty decent. Puck can get the ooze build, which I've been seeing a lot more.
Does he have that coming out to him right now? It's just a salve right now. Still could go for it. But Nando's having an okay time here mid. He's taking a little bit of pot shots like we were talking about. As far as the pressure down bottom, I guess MSS can just sort of play it safe and hopefully doesn't get ran at too much.
I think they should actually just set one of the heroes mid or top. Nando's going to get harassed by people. This is an awful lane for Nando. 2 ranged heroes and one of them being a Lich versus him. He's not going to get that much farm. He also doesn't have any regen for him. The chicken's already in the top lanes. He's going to need help with this.
Maybe once you build up enough of a lead with the Ursa, that's when you can make that happen. Bat Rider almost level 2, which does put Raging Potato in a little bit of the danger zone. He said, Lemic, he's going to head towards mid. We see that RR has moved to the top, and James able to push back the rest of Cloud9 for the moment. Lemic, he's heading in.
They know he's there. They have a reserve reward in them. They just need to be able to pop that clear. Lich just had 2 full clarities the entire time. I don't know if blinking in to stop it is the play, but probably overall take less damage.
Uh-oh. Bottom lane, MSS. They had 7 stacks on Raging Potato, but not going to dive for it. MSS maybe is dove a little bit too deep, able to trade off the aggro, but will not be brought down. They do stay alive, and yeah, like you said, that clarity just gets maximum value, and he keeps on spamming out the spells.
He didn't. Oh, he didn't actually skill mana break yet.
A lot better for him otherwise, but yeah.
Well, he's taking a lot of frost blast, so kind of see why.
I know Papa's salve back out yet again. It's like Pile Die just going to keep up the pressure, causing his life to be hell, and does have the mana break now. This did also, the dive that came out from MSS, give Raging Potato a nice little bit of farm for himself. Almost level 4 after this creep wave.
Weep. Elmer Fudd.
Be very, very quiet. I'm going to be a Bat Rider.
Where did Bat Rider go? Oh, he went all the way home. Huh. He's fine. It's okay, man. I would say both sides.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the worst, right? You just keep on trying to get stuff from him. Nando's been 8-1 so far versus the 21-11 of Medusa.
So they did shift Puck to mid. Still a little surprised they didn't do it earlier, but I did think that they expected a straight one-on-one. Now let's go into AM's lane. Screw you, Nando.
Pile Die, he's just making his life hell. That is not what you want to see. They really haven't been able to give him that much free space at all, and I don't know, is this a problem? Like a really big problem, or do you think that the...
Raging Potato?
Raging Potato, is he dead?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they have stick charges, the stun comes out. He actually does manage to back out enough. Leemic making the space.
Nice.
But how big is the problem that Anti-Mage has just gotten completely shut down?
He can catch. I think he's fine. You expect to get owned by the Lich. It's just a matter of who you get owned. And Raging Potato has phase boots, right? That's the trade-off you're getting, which I think is pretty good. Like if you really want the AM to come back, you can just give him the Aegis instead of the Ursa.
Okay.
So, I think no matter how far behind he gets, it's gonna be okay if they get some stuff. They are. James. Yeah, who's first? Yuck.
RR is here too. They're going to bring in Leemic and try and find a stun. The Maledict damage coming out as well, but Fata far too strong for that to really end up mattering. It did force the rotations from the other heroes of C9 and gives a little bit of space for Nando top, as well as more for Raging Potato in the bottom lane, who's now heading over towards the shrine to use it. Both shrines being used. Be out of mana and manning up against Nando, actually able to deal a good bit of damage.
Yes, right on.
Now the Bearman's going to run at MSS again and maybe force the Firefly or at least the Flame Break out of him. MSS trying to bait this out to see if he can make the play. Firefly used. Rage Potato just going to back out. And shouldn't be under too much duress.
They're trying to wrap around on top lane. A lot of heroes coming in now. Void does not have any mana, but with Frost Armor, that's not...
It's so hard to actually do anything with it. Leemic does have Sandstorm. They could think about trying to steal away a couple of these stacks that have been made for the Bat Rider, which would be quite nice.
Where?
In the medium camp over here. I guess it's just the one stack.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think level 2 stands a week. 40 damage a second. 1100 HP with mana. If it were like Satyr plus Wolf Camp, I think. But that's one.
This Raging Potato here, just almost destroying MSS. Got the overpower and trying to run at him again. There's a courier that's moving in here in mid. There is more action going on as they're able to place down a ward. Looks like there might be a wraparound coming from RR2. They have only level 5 on Envy. I'm trying to keep track of all this action that's going on with people just sort of running around, but there still hasn't been a kill. That's the thing that's weird about this game. It's like a lot of movement, but no real...
I trusted you, Gabe.
I said I thought it was gonna be nuts, but it's just like everybody wants to run away from each other. Just farm up, farm fest.
There's a deuce in.
That's probably why. Oh, owie, gets the stun, and they don't go for it. I had 4 stacks of Fury Swipes on him. Last second save. I mean, of course, it's going to be a kill onto James. Somehow the puck dies in the mid lane.
What? Hey, how did the puck die while here? Maybe he thought he could destroy the snake, which you cannot.
All right, well, 7.5 minutes in. We are still seeing an anti-mage very, very poor relative to the other heroes in the game, at least in terms of the last hits. And would you say that this pace of the game favors the Medusa because there haven't been any kills and she can just farm up?
If I were Execration, I'd actually probably prefer the Ursa get farm over the because I think you need heroes to create space. If Ursa is under farm relative to the AM, only the AM can do stuff with the mid. And whereas the Ursa, he's just going to be, what, an aura bot with like a Vlad's? I haven't seen often Ursa that often, but from my understanding, he can't actually do that much if he like, can't get in the fight. So him being farmed means they can do Roche, which means they can create space with them. So I would prefer this if I were Execration. I don't think you want your puck to be this poor and giving it blood, but that's not really the decision.
Well, maybe this is the comeback for them. They get the Maledict and the damage out. They'll find themselves a kill. It was a DD on James as well, so more than enough to finish that off. It gives space, though, for Fata to push the tower, try and take it down. And while there is a Chronosphere available on Envy, he keeps on not having enough mana to really do anything with it.
Max Bash. The Max Bash is fine. And he has some stick charges in case they do try and gank him. If he hurts.
RR just lost about 2/3 of his HP to the last tick of a snake. Fata showing that it's not that strong on the Witch Doctor. Only level 3 right now. Currently the lowest level in the game.
We just ignore the Medusa. He's gotten too much, especially after that first. This kind of worth your time. I'm surprised they haven't tried to match the Ursa versus the Faceless Void. It's a really good matchup if they do, like, even using him as a support, a zoning tool, so the AM can farm might be pretty cool. Or they can just get him farm. This one coming up. Are they gonna actually try Roshi? I think he's 0-2-3. That's a little risky.
Yeah, it might be a little bit nuts. And I think too, like you look right here, Rage Potato just keeps on running at him. Aoi is like standing off to the side, doesn't have level 6 yet, but as soon as Doom is up, if Rage Potato keeps making those moves, it could be an easy kill. I guess it's still a little bit tough because you have such high movement speed on Ursa.
And you have his ult.
Yeah.
Well, Sand King coming in from the side. It's like Witch Doctor not solo smoke. Instead, kind of just back off.
Yeah, they have vision of him right now as well. So Limek not going to catch anybody off guard. Well, certainly wouldn't describe this as a fast-paced game, but a lot's been happening with movement. Execration maybe going to look for now some type of a play to see if they can find a kill.
It's going to be tough to kill Fata, especially with AUI right there, and especially with Stone Gaze up. This is not easy. I don't actually think they can burn enough of his mana before he Stone Gazes.
Well, Eternal Envy kills off Nando in the top lane, but the battle is going to be a Bruin as Fata going to be off to the side. They managed to find a stun on Limek, and, well, they actually can't do anything. So Envy finds the kill with the Chrono, and in the bottom lane, they don't get a kill on Fata. Cloud9 pulling things together here, and Limek almost able to take down Envy up in the top lane, but by virtue of the Frost Armor as well as just his naturally high HP, Envy gets away. So Dream Coil mid onto the Bat Rider, trying to kill him off. James not going to be able to chase him down. Still, there's more action down bottom as Rage Potato almost dies to the Ursa. It's just like Execration kind of running around altogether, but they're not really finding any sort of like great fight for themselves.
Their lanes are just completely mismatched. Anti-Mage has been up versus Lich most of the game. He's never been up against the Medusa in one-on-one, and the Ursa's never been versus the Faceless Void. The puck died versus the Medusa, which is supposed to be a pretty decent matchup for him. And Execration still have not found an opportunity. But it should perhaps come out pretty soon. Raging Potato's still a little far away. 10 maybe? 25 plus 25 damage talent? Yeah. I don't know. I'm surprised they haven't been trying to force it, because it would force Cloud9 to move away from the lanes. Forces Lich to stop denying creeps, give AM some space. Like, even if you don't do Roche, just the threat of it, I think is strong enough. They aren't threatened. They're just walking ups.
Yeah, it's gonna sort of feel now like they dropped the dream.
That's
play
actually
on
really good for them. Look at what was behind. 2 heroes smoked.
That would have been disastrous. Oh, now they're trying to bait it out. Raging Potato. They know he wants to get aggressive. Unfortunately, if he does, he might just be dead. And he's gonna head back. Potato will not be cooked today.
Oh goodness, ET Mage has to get an Iron Talon. That's how bad he's struggling.
Nice. Got treads, Ring of Health. I mean, that being said, Cloud9 aren't really making that much happen around the map. Like, Tier 1 towers are still standing across all 3 lanes. So it's not like this is being punished that heavily. Like, it's only less than 1,000 gold lead. Does that really matter that much, though, or do you think the fact that Medusa's getting this much farm is making up for that?
I don't think Medusa getting that much really is making up for that. Is he gonna die here?
I'd say it's about a 50-50 chance. Alright, Anti-Mage. They'll keep him back R there as well. James also coming in. They have Silent. They have a Veil as well.
Do not have sentries, though.
Mick just sandstorming away, just keeps on hitting it, and there is
Raging
actually
Potato. This is it. DD?
I did notice that the Lich has phase boots, by the way.
Yeah, he's been doing that build. I don't know why.
Is it like phase boots with a Shadow Blade too? Uh-oh. RR gets caught. There's going to be the Chronosphere down, and they do find that kill. Pile die, snatching it away. Still no detection, I do not believe, for the Sand King. He's just going to TP back down towards bottom, where I believe another Dream Coil was used by James.
Oh, Raging Potato still has a tail end of DD. He's going to go into Roche. MSS did just TP to the top lane. I think they're going to ping it out right now. MSS could make a big play here if he lassos inside Roche, but it looks like he's going to try and get the 15-minute stack. Oh no! Yeah, oh wait, he's making it.
Well, he's going to check at least, and Roche not low enough that they can really punish it. There is going to be the Lich, Chain Frost,
what?
And dead.
What a flame break. Oh my god. No, that flame break was perfect.
Yeah.
It pushed him so close to Roche that the Chain Frost bounced and he couldn't actually ulti it off. That was sick.
Oh, I'm sure very frustrating for Rage Potato. This game has not gone all the way they wanted it to, and killing Envy here would be great if they could actually make that happen, but it's still so hard to actually do. But the silence comes out. They're able to get a good bit of damage, but Envy time walks it off. Now trying to move. He does get a little bit of lowered armor from that Mask of Madness, but not enough to make the difference.
That's 400 HP. He's still sitting at pretty decent armor because he has the ice. Oh, he used Mana Breaker.
He gets out. The Lich gone yet again.
Man. Yeah, they're getting really super right now. AUI hasn't even hit level 10 yet. Raging Potato going in for a kill, but you're going to be hit with Stone Gate to win. Or even worse, a Doom.
And MSS is scouting the other side too, so if anybody happens to step too far forward, they will get punished. He doesn't have Blink Dagger, but does have the drums, and I mean, they're just sort of being bullied all around the map. Granted, like, I don't know. It does really feel like Execration have put all of it on Nando, and he just has not gotten the farm that he needs, and like Ursa hasn't been able to do anything. Like Cloud9 are just walking around in their jungle right now, as if they own the place. Execration can't do anything to stop this.
Yeah, this Lich faces Void off and kind of just destroys them.
Oh, RR. Oh no, it wasn't meant to be. He gets taken down, 5-1, 3,000 net worth lead, but the scary part about that
Smoke.
is that's Fata on top.
See, Raging Potato, Sand King smoked up, Blink Dagger on Sand King, fresh item.
Are they going to go down bottom and try and kill Fata?
Yep. Play. Ooh, 660 mana though. Oh, that's tough.
All right, Lemic, they break the smoke. Nando down to nothing, has no mana at all. And Raging Potato, well, I guess that they're going to cut the creep wave now. Really odd situation. I don't exactly know how to read that, but I don't think they can kill Fata now. They've brought all these heroes down here. Execration, they're not really farming around the map, and I mean, Cloud9 took their mid-tier 1 tower and the top tier 1 tower. I don't know where they go from here. What would you be doing right now if you're Execration?
Try and play around Roche. Push out bottom lane with Puck. Then try and sneak in Roche with your blinks. Even use the smoke to get it. Just ignore the Medusa. You have AM to counter her anyways later.
Okay.
Kill Envy. When he doesn't have Frost Armor, preferably. Medusa, or sorry, the Doom is always around Roche. Maybe that's not the best avenue for them. But Amazon's gonna have Blink Daggers soon. What are they gonna do about that?
Yeah. They really don't have a great answer. And E comes in now with Pylai die. They have their Chain Frost back off cooldown. Ursa's gonna blink away. There are 3 heroes down here, including 2 cores, and they don't really get anything, and now they're just forced to run away from them again as soon as that one rotation comes in. 5-1, the net worth graph continuing to be skewed into the favor of Cloud9, and the Chronosphere dropped. Anti-Mage in trouble. Raging Potato ready to jump back in a second, but they doom him as well. There is no answer. Witch Doctor ultimate not going to do a damn thing. Is Envy ready to chase him? Maybe, possibly, somehow they can kill off MSS. He's taking that damage, but the Enrage was already there. Raging Potato wanting to kill him, wanting to chase anything at all for the big bad bear man, but it's not going to happen. And now Raging Potato going to fall. The coconuts are bouncing. Is it going to be enough? They kill up MSS at long last, and Aoi also going to die. There's actually 3 that fell from Cloud9.
How did Envy die?
I have no idea. He took, I guess Ursa blew him up?
Probably. I didn't actually see. I thought he was okay. Yeah, maybe the Puck plus the Ursa burst combined. Good Chrono. Good Doom. Medusa was not there for the majority of the fight. For Lincoln's versus is decent.
Yeah.
But not that much right-click damage from her.
I mean, you mentioned earlier that Anti-Mage does counter her later. How bad of a counter is it? Is it something where, like, he's just going to be able to take over the game, Nando? And
It's decent. It's not amazing.
Okay.
But I think the later the game gets, the better it is for Anti-Mage to do so.
Alright. I see what you're saying.
Because your illusions get more and more tanky as the game goes on, and Medusa's damage doesn't scale equivalently to AM tanky. And if you can't kill the illusions quickly, they just do so much damage.
Well executed gank there. The
MSS,
Blink Dagger reveals
hello.
both of those heroes. MSS waiting for this Roche to get a little lower. I think they want to try and actually take the Aegis from them, but at least for now, they're going to be able to take down that Ursa, find a quick kill. RR in the area as well as Lemic. They've already used Epicenter as well as Dream Coil. He is in some trouble. Burrow Strike doesn't quite clip Envy, but he will still be able to find a stun. And now Chrono dropped on the Sand King. It's going to be the death of him. It's looking like Cloud9 wanting to wait until Ursa brought Roche low enough where they can take it themselves.
Glorious, glorious Batrider. Scourge of the Roche Pit.
MSS is going to be able to force back James. So Roshan, first one not going to the Ursa team. And
Really
it's Envy
bad.
that has the Aegis.
Very, very bad news. Nando does have Battle Fury, but it's like a 20-minute Battle Fury. Oh, hi.
Oh my god. Alright, that is depressing.
Buy your
Oh.
items. Oh,
Well, that is really rough now. And the ways in which Execration are able to make this work are few and far between. This might be one of them, though, if they can find that kill. Burn through the Aegis. Now need to run away, though, because Stonegaze is there. Fata trying to find the angle. Can they do it? Blade Mail out as well. It's starting to bounce back and forth. The Coconut's hitting. The damage being dealt. Raging Potato. Can he kill off Fata? It would be huge if he could. It doesn't look like it's going to quite happen, though. MSS pulling him back in. Sandstorming, but they have vision. Damage being dealt, and Limit going to fall. 3 dead for Execration. You add in the anti-mage.
Say hello to Frost Armor. Greatest enemy. Oh, he's not even going for a Diffusal Blade. Oh, Ursa.
All right, well, 13-5, Cloud9 putting their woes behind them as they've been able to find a winning, successful strategy, at least for now.
Yeah, I think they're sufficiently handheld for the anti. Because of that, they can rest easy going into the mid-game stretch where Faces Void combined with pretty much any hero can kill the anti-mage right now. Maybe even solo if he gets a couple lucky bashes.
Well, and it's not really like the other heroes are lacking for the follow-up either. You've got Blink Dagger that's there for MSS, and if you pull him into range, I mean, he's getting closer to a Force Staff too, almost has it completed. Uh-oh, owie. Shadow Blade does not have Doom though, so Raging Potato will not be the one who ends up falling right now. Look at Witch Doctor's build too. No point in the Voodoo Restoration, just all damage.
Good versus Medusa, bad versus Doom can heal up a lot through Scorcher, so Maldic won't hit, and also he can't heal up from Maldic's wound. And they don't have the Aegis to play around. Biggest issue, like you can't take Doom.
All right, well, 24 minutes in, 13-5, and they drop the Dream Coil onto Fata. Looks like they want to try and take him down again. They have the Mana Burn, Blade Mail there as well, but is it going to be enough damage? Doom is already down and maybe doing its duty as they do see Anti-Mage falling low. Fata almost dead, is going to die. Raging Potato jumps in further. He's going to get lassoed as Pylai Die, just trying to keep the rest of them from his team. Raging Potato enraged, right-clicks onto Pylai Die. They get the Chronosphere, only caught out Limik, and, well, they also are going to be able to find the Witch Doctor. So 4 dead, as it looks like finally James will be cleaned up as well. Just about out of mana, out of time. And Cloud9, dominant.
They threw everything they had at Medusa, but she was able to get her Blade Mail off. She even got her Stone Gaze off after popping her stick. Still in popping mode. Ursa gonna continue to fall off. Going for Basher. Tough. They're gonna have damage issues.
I mean, is there anything else that you can really do though besides just hope that Anti-Mage gets farmed out of control? Like,
You hope. Make him.
you make it happen.
Make him the man that you want him to be.
Be a man. That's a great song. Oh, Owie's
The
just
Mulan song?
Yeah. Well, Nando certainly needing to make that happen for himself. It's trying to go towards the Manta style, but Medusa now with Lincoln's Blade Mail and a decent amount of the way towards the Butterfly. But this Shadow Blade on Owie is just so hard to contend with.
Sadie Devour Cold.
There you go.
Really nice talent. I think it's insane. Better than GPM talents. I think it's better than every level 10 by a large margin. You get, if you cast it every single time on cooldown, it's like 100.
Oh, look at this. Owie, he's moving in right now, and they're able to Burrow Strike, jump him down. They have the Sentry as well, so he's already gone. Now they get the Coil onto 2. Envy is still here. Does have Chronosphere back up in 7 seconds. They can wait that long. Witch Doctor ultimate out as well, doing a lot of damage to MSS, and with that maxed out Maledict, could be enough to find the kill. Burrow Strike connects onto 2 as well, as Envy was time walking forward. So Limik creating that space for his team to get out. They thought about the Chronosphere. Dual Scepters himself. Sand King going to die because of it. A little bit awkward, but still fine.
He thought he could have wasted like half the duration of the chrono. Because Faces Void has actually been chronoing Sand King most of the time. That's scary. That's scary if you're Execration. They can get away with their...
Bottom lane, Ursa got the Enrage off and is going to be able to try and run away at least for the moment, but he doesn't have a TP, so he will be killed in the end. A high price to pay for the Lich kill.
Probably just desperate. He's the mentality, I need to create space for Mage.
Yeah. What do you think about the Faceless Void going for the Aghanim Scepter next?
It's good. I think it's their limiting factor in team fights, is how often they can cast Chronosphere. It's perfectly fine. And it gives them a lot of HP. HP plus Frost Armor, gets a lot of physical damage. Excellent. Excellent.
So, would you be worried at all the fact that we haven't seen too many towers fall by Cloud9? It's been Execration like throwing bodies into them on the Cloud9 side of the map.
Nope.
Not at all?
Nope.
Alright.
They have pretty much all their heroes are good against like BKB physical damage. You have Faceless Void, great lockdown versus BKB. You have Medusa, skills better than any hero here. You have Stone Gaze, goes through BKB. You have Bat Rider Lasso, goes through BKB. You have Doom, goes through BKB. You have Lich Armor, also like very good versus just tanking up versus these physical damage right-click melee heroes. So inherently at an advantage going into the later game, and you're not really worried at all. Medusa has gotten past that hard phase of the game. It's just a Soldier and Snake, just 10 damage. Now she's full-grown, headed Snake.
Up in the top lane, they are going to doom the Ursa, but it might not actually be a clean kill as they are going to drop the Dream Coil. Aoi in trouble. They find a nice pickup for them, and Ursa will live by virtue of that shrine. So Cloud9 feeding away a kill here, a rather important one, and Nando gets +10 to all stats and has his Manta done.
A little risky doing that right before Roshan respawns. If he had, I don't know, gotten off one more Infernal Blade maybe?
Maybe thought EE was going to follow up as well. He was right next to him, but did decide to go for that and put himself in harm's way. James getting towards the Aghanim Scepter for himself again. Nando actually is going to be able to spot out Envy there for a moment. He does have his Aghanim Scepter done, but they have full vision over this right now, and Envy walking forward. It's just illusions. Lich is coming in as well, and they're going to decide to back out.
Wood has so much HP. He went for strength and armor, so very unlikely that he's going to die, even if it jumped by multiple heroes. It's going to be able to get that chrono off.
That's for sure. Likewise, Fata, very tanky as well. Has decent armor right now, sitting on 24. Not to mention the fact that he gets that 600 mana talent. So much survivability built into this hero.
All the better to blow my team up with.
Yeah, that's something they got to be a little bit careful about. And it looks like Nando is getting closer and closer to a Lincoln Sphere. I mean, he is catching up, and the farm rate is going to continue to be accelerated as the game goes on. Does Cloud9 need to think about trying to take down the rest of these tier 2 towers now, or do you wait for the Roche to respawn in a minute?
He's chill. Farm up. Play safe around Roche Pit. No pressure. Smoke up. Who are they going to catch?
They are looking right now for the mid lane. RR heading back home, and he is going to make it to high ground. It's a butterfly done from Medusa, and I've seen so many times in these Cloud9 games where they get one of these heroes to just like, you just chrono the, okay, you got the Witch Doctor.
It's a Scepter.
Yeah.
Raging Potato might get scared out by AY. He could get doomed right here. Oh no.
In trouble as well, and no way out of this one. He didn't get the Enrage off or anything, so double kill coming in from Envy, and now maybe a third as well as they found the puck. Everything in the kitchen sink thrown their way as Envy gets a triple. Same time, Anti-Mage is pushing bottom lane, so they do force MSS back, as well as Fata on the Medusa. And Nando actually going to go forward again. He blinks aggressively. He has the cooldown reduction. He actually is going to run into the Medusa and decides to jump away again. Mimic got himself himself the Doom. There's the Dust as well. Owie, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Actually, Yule Scepter a creep. Not on the menu, and Owie almost going to get there with the Mana Void, the Blink, and they will use it, find themselves another one. So Execration, it looked bad for a second, but they start pulling it back together, and now Nando has a Lincoln Sphere.
And Rosh is up. And Ursa's up. Lasso... actually, Lasso's back up. Everything's back. But they really need Roach. Raging Potato actually TPing down bottom, going for a kill on Fada, but Fada's out.
Could have been really scary for them. And he's going for that BKB as well. It looks like right now, Cloud9, they've had enough of this anti-mage. They want to try and put a kibosh on all his split pushing. That being said, though, they're already there, and the Chronosphere is available. They're going to land it on the anti-mage. Do they have enough to take him down, though, throughout the course of this? I'm not so sure. So he is going to be able to get the blink away for the moment. Long cooldown, Lincoln Sphere already off the mark. And it is going to be an anti-mage kill. Envy finding it. And Execration desperately trying to push out the creep waves in answer.
Very tough for the anti-mage to push here. So many ways to pick him up. Let's see, is Doom going an anti-Lincoln's item? Let's see.
I guess like a Halberd could maybe be a good answer. I don't know if that's something that he wants to build.
Or Step, I think is fine too.
Okay.
I think Halberd's good for him. Look at the heroes he's up against.
No.
Ursa hates Halberd.
Well, 33 minutes in, 25 to 10. It's a little bit less of a net worth lead than it was earlier, only about 6,000, but the experience lead very much into the favor of Cloud9 as well. Tier 2 tower down in the mid lane, high ground left still to claim, and Roshan is up.
The damage is not that good.
Another chrono used. Envy showing the power of the Aghanim Scepter. I think a lot of people, they hate on the Chronosphere with Ags, but...
Really? I think it's amazing.
Yeah, right? It's really good.
Yeah. You can actually just Chrono supports and get away with it. Like, a Chrono kill, like, guarantees.
Another opportunity here is the DD rune. It's going to be picked up by MSS. They are shadow blading forward. Owie wanted to find that kill onto James. He's actually going to walk back forward, too, and he does get doomed now because of it. Oh, if he hadn't have decided to go back for that one last wave, he might have been able to get out, but does not happen. In the meantime, Nando gonna go for split push again and have the creeps here. He knows that Doom is down.
Looks like Doom's picking up the Halberd. They want to be able to solo kill the AM, or at least set up a kill in the AM.
Envy again, with Chrono back up. Even though Doom is down, I guess Nando can't really feel comfortable going in again like that. Really great play from Cloud9 here in this game. We've seen, I think a couple people talked about the Lich Shadow Blade before. What do you think of this? Okay, sounds good. It's very different. Oh, they caught Nando. He's in trouble again. He does have Blink away if he can manage to get there in time. The Lincoln Sphere pop it. There's the Blink, and he ended up lassoing. I don't know what, but not Nando. Nando's out of there. Is that a creep? I think there's one creep left. He managed to find it.
He would have not survived the IGV test of time. 2-hour mega creep defense.
Is that what we're looking forward to this time around?
Well, he would have misclicked one time and then they would have just lost.
Yeah, it's true.
There were 2 units. Maybe 3. I don't know. That would have been a big kill. They could have forced a buyback right there.
Instead, it's going to be Execration. They're the ones that are hoping to force back something from Cloud9, but I don't think they're deciding to move. Somebody's going to have to be playing chicken first, and I have a feeling it is going to be Cloud9. Or rather, Execration. Maybe not. Are they really backing?
Yeah, they were trying to set up for a kill in AM, but AM's not going to fight. Oh, don't go with both. You could have baited out one.
All right.
They're this far ahead. Why would you take the risk? Oh, weird base trade. What if you try and go for the racks and then puck coils you?
Yeah.
Then what? You're in a really bad spot.
I think if that happens, you win TI, right?
Yeah. Creation. That would be the start of the comeback.
All right, well,
It has happened before.
for sure. What is it sort of is that really like the only game plan that you have for Execration? Do you even try and like focus Envy, or is it just whoever you can get with a smoke gank?
Definitely don't. No, he has Aegis.
Yeah.
Medusa has cheese. So that's a good Bat Rider. Bat Rider's a good target.
Okay.
Lich is also a good target. Frost Armor is super annoying. Get rid of that hero.
Oh, they found him though. Another Chronosphere onto RR, and he does fall. The most frustrating game of Keep Away can be ended in the most satisfying of ways by Envy. Just one press of the button. Fata, they're like sort of setting up for somebody to kill in this bottom lane, but they're gonna have to blink away. Fernando again going to push out this top side, try and see if he can secure his team a tier 2 tower. Mobility issues on Cloud9, it might just happen.
They do have the BOTs on Bat, but he hasn't been able to get close really to them.
Now look at this, the puck has just been doing such a good job of keeping these lanes pushed. Along with also Lemic, who's now going to try and cut the creep wave. If they can manage to kill it off, would be quite good for Execration. They are going to only have that one lane, and there it is. Goes down, going to be able to kill off the creeps, but the ulti coming in from RR. Envy still does have Chronosphere as well if you want to use it. Now, with backdoor protection, maybe going to start back up again in a second, or not. Maybe it's just going to let them take the barracks. All right, there it is. It should be a bit too much damage, I think, for them to finish off the melee. Nando deals some damage to the tier 3, backs out, takes Ancients, rinse and repeat.
Made the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
Nice one.
And he's going to do it again as well. It's one thing I love about this hero. Just Burrow Strike, get a couple right clicks, and the whole creep wave's dead.
Hero's incredibly good at shoving out lanes. He's just so hard to kill, too.
All right, Aegis down. Envy no longer holding on to that. They still has the cheese on the Medusa, although it's not in her inventory right now. And Anti-Mage trying to carry for his team, getting towards the Butterfly. Does run into Fata and is going to have to back out. Man, Daedalus on him already. That does a lot of damage.
Wonder what his last item is. Scotty or MKB. Oh, MKB.
Be daring somebody to walk up and try and hit his Lucian. Levels-wise, Medusa is at 25, so we have that plus 2-second Stone Gaze instead of the Lifesteal. Anti-Mage also decided to take the plus 25 Agility, dealing more damage. And last but not least, we have Envy, who went for the plus 600 Time Walk cast range. So no real surprises there. I was wondering if maybe it would have been worth it for Nando to go Mana Void, but I guess he just wants to get more damage.
Yeah, Mana Void's unreliable versus the Lincoln. Especially because this one will pop. This one.
Fata again, able to push out these lanes with impunity. Nothing really coming in the way of him just right-clicking the towers here. Although they do break the Lincolns. Looks like they'll back out again. So what are the items that you want to try and get into for Execration that allow you to actually take a fight against Cloud9?
You wait for them to TP back depending if they have get them before they be out. Base racing right now.
Yeah, Rage Potato's already got a tier 3. They're going to pull him back in, and now they're TPing back with the Doom. Can they find any more? Envy is also up here all in his lonesome, waiting for somebody to walk up onto the high ground. They've already popped the Stone Gaze and also Chronosphere killing off RR. Also Sand King jumping in for that one. Don't think it's going to end up making the difference, though. Ragey Potato just so mad, wants to kill off that melee barracks, but it's not going to happen. And in the meantime, Envy, can he actually get his way out of here? He might be in trouble. That Frost Armor, it's so hard to deal with. Turns to fight, wants to take down Lane, but the Sand King, nowhere left to go. Envy showing who the carry is. They do find that kill in the end, and looks like James going to be able to pick up the gem. But 4 dead from Execration. You'll take that one, I think.
Pretty happy about that. Frost Armor, I believe, saved that melee Rex, too. from Ursa trying to right-click it with his Rage on.
Yeah.
Good. Nice setup by MSS. They're committed if someone gets dragged back to the T4.
Yeah. And, you know, Anti-Mage obviously there. You got to play it as far forward as you can. Does not have buyback right now, which is something to be concerned about. 40 seconds without. And that might be more than enough time for Cloud9 to put a nail in a coffin.
They don't have faith. Nor do they have views. So I guess you can sell all these scrolls and get views. Still pretty good time.
Oh, they pull back in RR. The sacrificial hero in this game, currently 0-8-6. It's a hard life for a Witch Doctor.
Overall, this laning phase was just too disastrous for them.
Potato jumps forward. He wanted to take down Owie, but it's not really looking like it's going to happen. Maybe Fata here doesn't have died. No, the cheese and the stone gaze comes out. Oh, it's so disheartening, and James just trying to stay alive, but the rest of Cloud9 alive as well, and they can just plunk him down to death. Anti-Mage is back up, trying to make it happen. Can they find this kill? They buy back on the puck. Mana Void could be huge. It takes down all of them. Double kill for Nando. Now MSS trying to make his escape. That was what they needed. Can they get any more? No. Eternal Envy thought about going in to help out Pylai Die, but it looks like Pylai Die will be able to get out on his lonesome.
Is Envy gonna buy out? Wow, playing it safe. Yeah, they really need it for the fights. He protects the Medusa so well.
Alright, and now they're going to drop the Chronosphere. Puck jumped into it as well. That is really disheartening, and Nando actually going to be able to maybe turn this one back around. He's blinking forward and trying to chase down Pylai Die with MSS showing up. I think Execration need to get out. James has been caught. We'll have the phase shift in just a second, but don't know if it's quite enough damage, or rather escape ability. Well, there's the orb. Jaunts away. Back to his team.
If Envy had his butterfly there, maybe they could have gotten the kill. Or he could have just killed the puck, too. No MKB. Faces Void. Execration still with a fighting chance as they go for the Roach right now. There are only 4 heroes up on Cloud9 and no Chronosphere.
Alright, alright, alright.
Uh-oh. Is this the old Cloud9?
Might just be. And they are going to be able to get the Aegis onto Nando. We've always known that there was a possibility that this could happen, but about as good as it could have gone for Execration. Getting a little spooky for Cloud9. So if you're Cloud9 at this point, or rather if you're Execration, what do you try and get out of this Aegis? Is it just free farming and space for Nando, or do you actually try and like make an effort to take racks or something like that?
You always make an effort to try and take racks and split pushes. That's exactly what they did last time. They created this opportunity where Cloud9 are trying to defend their bottom T3, and then Execration get jumped inside their base, and or Execration jump Cloud9 when Cloud9 are in their base. And the rack lead is actually not that significant right now for Cloud9. It's 1 range and 1 melee in favor of Cloud9. But T3s are down, the shrines are falling, and as we have seen, Medusa is quite vulnerable if Anti-Mage is there.
And I mean, building into this Scotty, it makes it even more the case that there's the potential for a big mana void with that extra little int that you're going to get from that.
And they don't have the cheese on it. Imagine if Medusa didn't have the cheese on it. Right. They might actually lose this.
You sound like slightly shocked. I mean, it was a huge lead, almost 15,000, and it is down to around 5K.
If they botch this smoke gank with a Chrono, go on to Ursa who has an Rage Pod, Medusa dies, Stone Gaze used early, there's a lot of situations that could arise out of this smoke. Cloud9 not really feeling it. They're also just sitting on a lot of gold. Medusa has 5,000 gold. Faces Void was around 4,000 or 5,000 gold. Butterfly. Whereas you have heroes like AM who are forced to commit to a buyback because they have the TI7 slot. I've seen this before.
This was a game that we saw a little bit earlier. Now the smoke gank coming from Execration. They might spot them out, and indeed, Ragey Potato smoke broke. They're looking for Owie. Do they have detection? Doesn't quite look like it, but
Wow, no hero.
escape, yeah.
Bat Rider and Doom both had buybacks up. It's pretty smart.
I think part of that was also the gem that got picked back up by MSS a little bit earlier on. So, you know, that if they did have that on Execration, that might have been an opportunity for a pick off onto the Bat Rider.
It's time to push. Wait. They gave the Puck. Ursa had it before, but now Puck.
All right, but here's the play. Envy looking for the big moment. He gets the Chronosphere, able to catch it onto that Ursa. It's a really big one for him. Leemic looking for the wraparound stun, but it's not going to happen. So they find the kill on the Ursa. He does have buyback. Nando needs to get out of there, and he is going to be able to make that escape.
Maybe if they had the cheese on the Ursa, they could have had a much better chance of winning fight. Stun, traces away and illusions, pop cheese on Ursa and turn around, but I don't think Anti-Mage quite ready for that fight. He might go for a kill on MSS though.
Oh, this would be big, and also Puck is in the area. By the way, got into that 420 GPM talent. They've got the catch onto MSS. He is going to drop. That's the gem as well, and now Nando getting set up to try and take down these barracks, and Cloud9 just thinking about running as well. They don't want to get caught here and end up losing a lane to Rax with the MSS buyback. They're forced to retreat yet again. Things falling further into the favor of Execration.
Crumbling 9.
That is, to say the very least, this has been a very strange game. You don't expect it at this level, or maybe you do with the way that the games have gone for them recently.
Makes you think whether or not this lit Shadowblade is really doing anything for them.
Well, he's going into a Silver Edge, I guess, so we'll see.
I don't think you get Shadowblade with the plan on making a big difference with the 60-minute Silver Edge. I don't think that's the play here.
I mean, what else would he have been able to go for, though? Is there anything that you think might have been able to like make a big difference in these fights?
Sure. Midas, Vlad's, Halberd, Scythe, another Lincoln's. What else? Orchid. A lot of good items.
Mech, I guess, too.
Mech don't.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
I don't think you want it is only heals a little bit of HP. If they didn't have him Solar Crest, I would say Solar Crest is good too. Maybe he gets Solar Crest and Doom can get like AC or something. It's pretty good.
Oh, we've
Another way to pop. Yeah, another way to pop. Etherland, I also think is passable.
Well, we've eclipsed the 50-minute mark, and Execration have been able to build their way back into this game off the back of a very impressive play from this Nando anti-mage, and now he is getting closer to the Moonshard territory as well. Meanwhile, a smoke gank coming in from Execration. They want to come and contest this, as Fata and Envy have already taken down a good bit of damage onto that melee barracks. Owie drops down a ward. Trying to see if he can find him. That is going to break the smoke. Do they have detection, though? No. Owie realizing what could come. They decide to all spread out, and Nando will back yet again. Aegis, potential to respawn in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, this is... Oh, they found Fata. Oh no, if he gets blown up right here, they've got so much damage that it's going to be a Blade Mail, but it's not nearly enough, at least for now. He ends up falling. James picks up the kill. He has buyback. But if you have to use buyback at this state of the game, as, well, Envy, they're trying to take down Ragey Potato, and he's not going to be able to do it. He's also going to end up falling down very low and looking like he might end up dropping a lot of damage coming out from that Chain Frost. Envy does manage to back out, and they're dead now, but Nando hitting hard, trying to find the kill. It's not going to be enough. That is going to be a jump away coming in from the Puck. He's able to blink out away from MSS. So a 3-for-2 exchange. But it was the 2 big cores from Cloud9 that went down, and Puck's still alive.
I think Ursa got the Enrage off before the Chronosphere.
Need a second to talk about stuff. Apparently there's some bladder issues. Hopefully it all ends up working itself out.
Void has 20 kills.
All right, fantasy points coming up for Envy.
I don't think anyone selected EES for days one. I think he was the
Fair
lowest scoring core, what I heard.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
That's EE for you. Lowest on day 1 and 2.
Was the best of times and the worst of times. All right. Well, we talked about that halberd earlier. That can make the difference. I think that we saw him use it on the anti-mage in that last engagement.
Yep.
So
He used it on bottom when they were going for.
So as far as like the perfect fight looks, that time obviously they were able to isolate the Medusa with both the puck and the anti-mage. Things kind of devolved from there. I think Envy ended up using Chrono and didn't quite kill off the Ursa. In your eyes, what are your dream fights looking like for both teams?
Dream fight is huge mana void up on Medusa before she casts Stone Gaze. And it hits the rest of the team. That's a lot of damage. Also, some way to deal with the Doom to aid. Either a Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb's me. I don't know who built it. I think super low on slots. I guess it would Doctor. He has it queued up, but he's. Or kill the Doom before he casts it, but I think that's possible. And yeah,
Highlight died again. They just popped that Chain Frost, but I think it might still be the death of Pylai Die. They end up missing on the Dream Coil, but they still find the kill nonetheless.
oh, now he's going for a Scythe. Okay. Yeah, Scythe would have been more useful to Shadow. Even having Ultimate Orb is useful than having Shadow.
Oh, he went the 150 damage talent.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that makes a little bit more sense then.
Still.
Okay.
I've tried every single possible way to make right-click glitch work, and it is just horrendous.
Fair enough. Leemic trying to escape here. He does have a Yule Scepter, can try and make his way out, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. Double the gems for double the fun. MSS picking him up.
You just don't get any right-clicks off it. Your attack range is garbage, and you're really going to right-click an anti-mage and an Ursa? Like, these heroes will just stare right back at you and laugh in your face.
I mean,
It is nice damage, it attacks me just. How many times does it attack? 0.9 seconds per attack. It's awful. That's so low. It is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That one surprise hit could do well. Well, 120 GPM, having like Lotus Orbs to like backfire on the Abyssals, having Lincolns on your Medusa so she doesn't get mana void. I think it's far more useful than the potential to surprise someone with
150 extra damage on your Lich right clicks, yeah.
Yeah, they have so much armor too. Like, these are agility heroes that you're 22 on Ursa, inside base, and 27. Then also you have to deal with the overpower, or sorry, the enrage on Ursa, so minus 80% damage. So you're plus 150, plus 30. Yay. And then Anti-Mage has Butterfly. You go for evasion, no, go for all. It just has Butterfly. You're not going to get it. Maybe Blood Bolt.
And look at all these illusions too. Like, it brought down the range racks to about half HP. Just with sending those in constantly. Showing the way that Execration want to try and play this game. Cloud9, they're going to smoke forward for this and see if they can possibly find an opening, but they don't have vision of Nando, who is going to Manta style, send out those illusions again in a second, possibly just head on back home.
You're really going to buy him?
Do you think it's worth it to go and Ags on top of a Lincoln's for him?
I think he lacked too much damage. I was just considering whether or not he could roll out. I guess that's 10 minutes.
Wow, and speaking of Puck, he's been able to build into a full refresher.
Yes, it's a pick up whatever he wants.
You ready to see some Venn diagram dream coils?
that would be so sick if you had like Refresher and Ads and Force Staff, and you like coil them, Force Staff them out, and then you coil them again and Force Staff them out. That would be great. Oh, that'd be an ungodly amount of stun. Scepter coil duration 8. Break stun duration is
only 9.5 seconds or 9 seconds of stun. No big deal. Yeah, that's pretty absurd. Well, Roshan next on the menu. It looks like Envy. Let's go in here and they'll scout it all out. Now, do they make him pay for this? Nando is pushing down this bottom lane. Would love to be able to get a lane of racks for his team.
Uh-oh. Bad Rider walks up to Roche. They know something's up, man.
Illusions are going out there. But yeah, Roshan is down. Does this give enough space for Fernando to take down the range barracks? Looks like it will. He's going to blink away. No Doom nor Chronosphere were going to be used to be able to stop that from happening.
Caught him.
Oh, they caught him. Some trouble now. They do have Pylai and MSS in the area, trying to keep him alive. RR in some trouble as well, but they jump forward and BKB is out for MSS. They drop the Refresher. A second Dream Coil is there as well, but they've caught on to that puck. Nando is still there trying to kill them off, and Fata, too much damage. He's going to fall, but they do have Envy now trying to burn through these guys. It's only the Sand King, though, and then now that they're actually bouncing around the coconuts, it's too much. He can't time walk it off. He wants to find another kill onto this doomed anti-mage, but I don't know if they can bring him down in time. Muted for a little bit longer, stunned up and killed off. 98 seconds with no anti-mage, but the rest of Execration is alive and well.
Medusa's also. Wow, Medusa with cheese just getting owned by anti-mage. Bad matchup as it gets later and later. James right-clicking. That is bold, sir. Yeah, pucks for 20G. This causes a lot of trouble. Double coil on Medusa. How do you get it?
No way good. Oh no, Envy getting bash stun, Manta style, trying to get away. The Yule Scepter lift up, he's taking the damage and dropping. That's only the Aegis though, and Aoi is sitting here as well. No Doom online, but does have the Halberd. And with the Chain Frost going out, they'll finally be able to deal with all these creeps that are sending in damage, as well as taking out the Cardis. 260 HP on that melee barracks.
No, Rain Drags on top, please, someone TP back. No, sinking. Oh, I don't know. Well, so close. Spaceship, don't jump.
He wants to keep that thing alive, that's for sure.
Faces Void perhaps going in. Envy, are you going to be able to get this kill, you cheeky bugger? I've been hate.
Yeah, you have.
Yep, I'm going for it. Oh.
Phase shift! Where are you going? What's happening? Alright, well, he's still probably going to get the kill here. Yule Scepter, maybe not. Sandking shows up as well, and he's going to be able to get out. And now Puck wanting to take it to him. James is a crazy guy.
Almost. Deny! No. Sometimes there are tendencies to just deny. Sometimes it's just like a automatic reaction. What do you call those? Auto something?
Automatic responses? I don't know. I didn't take anatomy class.
Range Rag's not that big. Certainly.
Instinct. Is that what it is?
No, I think the term is. It's not knee-jerk reaction. My vocabulary.
I mean, it's been a fairly long day so far, and we still have one more series to go through.
Yes, sir, we do.
This is the glory of the group stages. You just get inundated with Dota and, like, until it's popping out of your pores. It's awesome.
I don't speak any other language now.
Well,
this Frost armor. I would be very surprised if he didn't take the plus 35 Frost armor. That thing is ridiculous. 44 plus armor on a structure. Ugh. Try chewing through that.
so what you really need is the Ogre in it as well to bloodlust them.
Bloodlust towers to make him bigger, make it more intimidating. Hey, I'm big and bad and you can't even touch this.
Doing the MC Hammer strat.
Okay, anti-mage, you have 8,000 gold. He's no 10 solid.
That's true. But the other thing was that Rezo didn't win in the end. That's something to consider.
He also wasn't able to do so.
Right. I mean, in terms of like ways that Execration need to win this one, is there anything that like, is it just getting the next Roche and being able to run it down in that way?
They need to be able to tank it. I don't know. Because either Stone Gaze or Chrono's going to get off in a mass scale team. You can't really avoid that. And they also need a better way to deal with the Doom. Like, he has no way to get out of silence. No PK, but he's constantly being able to Doom the highest priority target, the AT-Mage, every single time.
This is setting up for a brawl. They found MSS, able to catch onto him. Chrono only connecting to Ursa. Already BKB'd, staying alive for the moment. Now Puck going back in again. He ended up refreshing, and they're trying to take him down. Where's the anti-mage? They already popped back on the Batrider, and now running away. They're Stone Gaze for a long time, but Cloud9 has no follow-up.
He broke the stun.
Oh, he's down forever, taking a ton of damage from Raging Potato. He will get Force Staff. The Epicenter a little bit off the mark as well, and MSS is back. He can't afford to die right now. He already bought back, and they're continuing to chase. Looks like they will let the rest of Cloud9 go, but that was a scary moment indeed. Now it's Execration up 12,000 net worth. Look at this graph.
Never underestimate C9. C9's ability to throw. This wasn't even really. I think
They were up 15,000 almost.
I think they just disrespected the anti.
Okay.
They weren't able to set up on him very often. They have multiple ways to set up on him. Like before he had Lincolns, which is a pretty long time. Doom, Lasso, Chronosphere. All those are pretty good. And this Shadow Blade on Twilight Eye. I don't know if anyone knows very good reason and convince me why Shadow Blade is better than any other 2,700 gold you can spend. I'm all ears.
Well, I'm not going to try to, but I'm sure there was a reason, and
Fear was bad. Fear is
it's true. That is true.
the wisest and the eldest. It's no words.
Still not quite at that level 25, but look at these illusions dealing the damage to the tier 3 tower. There is not an answer for that. No tree in this game. We do see Nando, who's up here in the top lane, ready to split push, and he's actually dealing a lot of damage to that tower. Nobody is coming to respond to him. Aoi is eventually going to be here, but he doesn't have Doom, and they pop the Manta style, trying to take him down. Bottom lane, there's more battles of brewing. Anti-Mage still getting what he wants, gets out, the tower down to basically nothing. Execration split push is working.
That was just a coil to keep them from going to the tower.
1 HP tower.
Yeah, just throw him. At it. Oh, he changed to AC.
Do you like that build?
AC is way better effective HP against MKB. So if they have MKBs, yes. If you're gonna get hit by the MKB. Like if Dusa had MKB, you probably would need to change it up, but because Void, I think it's okay. Doom now going for Silver Edge.
63 minutes in, and we are still looking like it's Execration who have been able to take the lead. It's still experience into the favor of Cloud9. Those items come out that make it scary. Do you think the Silver Edge changes the dynamics that much?
Nope. Just more uptime. Like disabling his spell shield's not that important. You can Sphere, Chronosphere, I suppose Chain Frost. Okay, Lich, need to get 25. Here's
Other 25s, we did have the Batrider picking up the +8 second Firefly duration. Also, Doom has been able to get into the +2% Infernal Blade damage, which is actually a lot against these tanky heroes.
Oh, correct. With Silver Edge, that's actually huge.
Okay.
Wow. That thing is Infernal Blade. 7% without magic resistance. He has 2660 HP. So 7%, it's like almost 200 damage to take. And then reduce by so let's see, 150 damage. Oh wait, plus the base. Plus you have 40 damage. So 200.
That is quite hard to deal with. And how long does that last for?
4 seconds.
So around 800 damage. Chronosphere used. RR almost caught, almost killed. Is going to get Glimmer Cape, trying to stay alive. And actually, Nando, he's shown up. He's going to take down Envy instead. He does not quite get the Mana Void off. And now the Refresher comes out as well. Ragey Potato finishes what they started. The Chain Frost is bouncing. Ragey Potato forced to jump away. But the Epicenter comes through. Only caught on Fada and not enough damage to take him down instead. It's going to be Ragey Potato fallen as well. 2 down. They both have buyback. But Envy has caught Lemek. MSS running away from him. They're going to need to buy back now. On the south side of the fight, it's James who's trying to cut the creep wave and keep the rest of the team back. They do have 2 catapults, though, enough to push.
Finally, Medusa can right-click. Vada is exasperated by the sequence of events this game. He eventually gets a fight where he can sit back and just puke away at everyone. And that Chain Frost destroyed them, didn't he? Frost armor struck. Good luck in a base race.
Yeah, that is pretty absurd.
Chronosphere is up right now. They kill Raging Potato, likely game over. But on the flip side of Execration,
or even just spooking Fada. They do have the ward there. They don't want to reveal that they know it's in the area. Chrono on to 3. Envy comes through in the clutch, taking out that Ursa. Most likely to die here, and that is no buyback either. Nando, though, he's actually shown up on Envy as well, and Envy doesn't have buyback. Is he going to fall next? Oh my god, he's fallen low and is going to die 2 minutes without the Ursa or the Faceless Void. Now also controlling Howie on this Doom. Do they have anything else to follow this up? Nando can jump back in if he wants to. No Abyssal Blade, no Manta Style, and it looks like no fight. Cloud9 a little bit afraid, but James is showing up. He's able to dodge away from one. They still can't chase. MSS doesn't have anything outside of a Force Staff right now. They're waiting for all their cooldowns to come back up, and Pylite Die looking for an opening, but not finding yet. Vata gets jumped on. There's the Manta Style. There's the Abyssal. Lots of damage. Still not dead. James, the lift up on the Eul Scepter, making sure the Doom can't get down there as well. Lemek starting to get dropped as well. They get the Epicenter a second time in this short period, but Aoi is going to indeed fall. James looking for more. This retreat is taking forever. They buy back on Doom, and they pop that Stone Gaze as well. And finally, I think that Execration will be forced back.
Roche is up. Oh, Nando constantly swapping in and out his Battle Fury. Next efficiency, thought that was going to be game over, but not enough heroes died there. Fada escapes by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Doom is becoming increasingly. Oh my god. He did not go for the Devour Ancients. I think Doom being pure damage versus the anti-mage. I think the Doom defense is very well warranted. Here they go. Are they going to be able to get the jump? MSS.
Oh, Lemek, he's breaking the smoke already. And they pop the BKB, turn to fight after him. And if he falls, it's not the biggest deal in the world. If they can finish off Roche, and they are indeed going to be able to do that. So Nando Aegis on him. Everybody else gets out, but Sand King is gone for 2 minutes. No buyback.
That's tough. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I guess potentially they could have just lost the game right now. But not having Sand King for these fights is... They only have a few stuns. I guess the cask bounce talent. Oil, but... reliable.
RR going out with the gem again, wants to get a ward down, keep his team alive, and the rest of them are up here. MSS scouting it all out and can pull in one. Oh, who does he decide to go on, or does he want to go on at anybody? They're all up here, and he sees them all as well. Blink away, the jump out. Execration realize the danger. Nando, after pushing out this creep wave, is forced back as well.
Okay, we have a 10-slotted anti-mage. He actually has 10 slots. This is happening again.
Yeah, it's all over. And even if they take the barracks, doesn't really even matter all that much. Well, he's going to jump out. Lincoln's down as well. Tier 3 tower dead. And 70 minutes in, who's to say what's going to happen in the next 10?
Are they going to fight with... Sand King still not up yet. Oh, looks like Envy is going to get a double damage rune. That's big. He has a ton of agility right now, so 500. him or Lich is better?
Clearly Lich. The Frostheimer is OP.
Super OP.
Medusa, by the way, has 10,000 gold in the bank.
Oh, that's rapier.
I'd like to see it. Certainly would as well. Nando got the Lincolns popped. Gets another one applied. James also has a bazillion gold for himself. I was kind of expecting to see some more Dagon Gaming, but I guess Refresher Ags is better.
I think so. This group would be pretty useful. Ethereal Blade might be very useful for... Actually, Ethereal Blade's not useful for... Wait, Scythe? Scythe with Hex?
And Refresher.
Yeah, so is giving Moonshard to Ursa. What if you could give Moonshard that rich? That would be sick.
Alright.
Balling out of control. Deck out a whole creep wave. Or have the worst misclick in the world.
That's like a rapper's, like, you know, I'm so rich line. I'm so rich I put Moonshards on my range creep.
Thanks, man. I buy you.
I'll come out with it soon.
Make it all do it.
Alright, I'll have to work on that.
Okay, Age is still up. Oh, anti-mage. Nowhere in sight.
MSS. He's waiting, looking, wanting to find somebody.
They know where he is.
I think
Not up free range. Oh, wait, that's a melee Rax. Wait, did you let that fall?
I mean, it's the same thing you were saying before, right? Like, you know, they have less to defend now.
Yeah. But they're not as good as defending as IG Vitality. And V just looking for that perfect moment. Double damage. Not up on him again. Invisibility rune. Is he going to get a high priority attack here? Ursa still has no buyback for 1 minute. And B. Oh my goodness.
And instead it's going to be a smoke out. They want a party. Execration, looking for an opening. Does not look like they're going to find the Medusa. There's a chance they find Owie here. They're all rapping, and I'm not seeing much of the Cloud9 heroes. Owie is there. They have a gem. It is on, not James. Yeah, now Owie realizing what could happen. He's going to end up heading up towards the north, although also Lemic is here.
Oh, faces Void BOTing in onto the mid wave. He does not have any invis anymore, but he could still catch Raging Potato.
Yes. And Bata there. They got the catch. He didn't get in rage off either, so he's going to start to fall pretty quickly. Doesn't end up getting the Chronosphere off, but I think this should be still the death of Raging Potato. He does have cheese, actually, and if they decide to fight, this might work. No, he didn't pop the cheese. Ursa's down. They get the Chronosphere on it, too. It's all falling apart. Puck also going to drop. Eternal Envy making the plays that they needed him to down the stretch. 2 minutes, no Puck. 100 seconds, no Anti-Mage. Cloud9, they decide not to throw this one and finish this off in spectacular fashion.
That's GG. Faces Void is just so incredibly difficult to deal with in the late game. Envy playing very, very well. I would say one of his best games yet that I've seen this tournament. And yeah, just really solid chronos. Did a lot with his farm, and Pylite Eye, big part in his victory at top lane.
Wow. Well played by Cloud9. 21-5-16 was the final kill score for Envy. Ended up making it happen with the Aghanims ultimate. So as far as the group stage and what this sets us up for going forward, tomorrow's going to be a really important matchup of Cloud9 versus Hellraise, which I think is in the final round of competition as well. And obviously, if depending upon what happens throughout the rest of those games that day, it could all come down to that. But I've been Lyrical. Merlini, any final thoughts before we move on to our last series?
Nope.
All right. We're heading out, everybody. See you guys in a few with our next matchup, which is going to be TNC versus Infamous.